I already got canceled 20 years ago. You can't cancel me twice.
Are you going to talk about it?
Sure.
Well, so
what else are we going to talk about?
Yeah, we have to talk about
I thought we were going to
that.
talk about your problems.
Let's talk.
Well, that is probably
we
a...
want to
fucking around here. You want to go deep?
We were thinking deep with you.
Wait, honestly,
we felt like yours is going to be deeper.
We just fucked around.
Energy.
You better get some Kleenex. I like this, by the way. I just noticed that.
It's cool, right?
Like how we painted it?
The aesthetic,
cool.
yeah.
This is painted too.
It's just like everything in life is fucking
fake. It's fake. Well, we're showing you that it is fake.
And that's
we're not pretending that it's not fake.
That's supposed to be like an internet celebrity crying.
I love it. It's got a Mr. Bungle thing going on.
No, I'm excited.
No?
Don't know, but I'm laughing.
Honestly, 6 or 7 references deep with nothing.
I think
I'm not getting nothing. I'm 31.
What's your main... You obviously have problems that you want to talk to us about today.
Yes.
And, you're kind of coming at us because you're trying to deflect from your problems.
I'm coming at you?
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's go.
No, good.
Let's go deep.
So we want to know the main reason you're here.
Let's talk.
The thing that bothers you the most.
Well, let's just talk. Let's go fucking deep. In a span of a year recently, I lost a 3.5-year relationship, an 11-year marriage, and my mom. What's your advice?
Well, okay.
This seems a little bit too deep.
This is like a riddle.
Somebody's crunching numbers.
Because you're married and you were in a relationship at the same time?
Look, there was a little overlap.
And what's your mom got to do? What's that?
It wasn't my fault.
Okay.
None of it. My mom died. I didn't lose her, like physically.
She's dead.
I think it's best to avoid really deep subjects.
No. Why not?
No, go into it.
Yeah, what are you talking about? We just...
You feel uncomfortable?
Brian,
look, the tables have turned.
We've been doing nothing but talking to Instagram models who have no problems.
That's about my level of...
Their problem is be mush right now.
Yes. No, I feel like an idiot.
I feel mush now.
Their problem is they make so much money on OnlyFans and they don't know what to do with it. That's their problem.
I'm thinking about doing an OnlyFans.
And what would you do on OnlyFans?
Show my dick. I don't care. I will do that. No problem. I have no problem.
You think you'd have people that would pay?
I used to do something. When you were in kindergarten, I think. I hosted a little show, and people will not let me forget it.
You were the ex-host of American Idol. And
I am the ex-host. I was the host.
Yes.
Now you're the ex-host.
Now I'm the ex-host.
What a terrible introduction.
I know, that was
Welcome,
great.
The ex-host of American Idol.
Ex-host. Yes. I'm the original host.
For the layman, how about for an 18-year-old, for someone who wasn't alive or wasn't aware when this was happening, what happened? What happened?
They weren't alive. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
People can vote now that weren't
alive. They're smoking cigarettes and voting, and they weren't alive. They're driving and smoking.
It's crazy.
Yes. Okay. So to that person who's stuck in traffic now, chain smoking an e-cigarette, explain to them what happened.
I was cast on a show called American Idol. It was an awful experience. Then I quit, and every douchebag in the country wrote I got fired.
Okay.
And it stuck. And then I didn't get to work for a very long time.
I just got chills.
And now I'm just still crawling out of it.
So you left thinking there's better work elsewhere?
No. I left because emotional and mental abuse of children is not my jam. I did not care for it, and that's what it was. And I also was developing an acting career. I had done a bunch of bit parts. I had done Friends. And then I got the audition to go on this Pop Idol, it was called.
Mm-hmm.
I had decided not to go on hosting auditions anymore, but I had a sitcom deal with Castle Rock the year before, and somebody from Fox remembered the pitch, brought me in real late in the process, got the gig, and then it exploded. So I wanted to be an actor. They treated the kids like shit, and the dialogue that they wanted me to say was so fucking painfully cheesy. I was embarrassed. And I had a lot of comics gave me shit too.
Well, you can't. People don't respect mainstream hosts when they're in comedians.
No.
They think you sold out or whatever, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I had any control over what I was saying, but I mean.
But also, you're just trying to pay your bills and have a career and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. How do you suggest that I exist in this reality when everybody brings up Ryan Seacrest or American Idol?
I'm sorry.
No, it's not. You didn't bring me here to talk about the Middle East. I mean, I get it.
To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of him.
Well, that's
makes
two of us.
I'd rather have Brian, honestly.
Oh, in here?
I can't imagine Ryan
what a
having any
nightmare.
flow of convo. He would give us like advice on like how to make more money or like weightlifting.
Yeah,
That's not the advice I want.
You think he's doing a lot of weight?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know
feel
what
like
he's doing.
He seems like a morning
Tips
person.
frosting.
I feel like
Frosting
he'd
tips.
CGI himself into the studio. He wouldn't even be here.
Either way, he wouldn't be here probably.
I don't know if he hangs out in Frogtown.
Yeah, I doubt it.
No, maybe WeHo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I really, maybe you should find. I don't think I have any problems.
But the issue at hand.
No, it's annoying that everybody.
Nobody will fucking hire me. That's a problem.
What?
There we go.
And it's we need to get your career back.
There
You're
you
a talented,
go. Okay.
charming
What do
guy.
I do? I'm fucking talented. I'm hilarious. Clearly,
People need to let go of your. It's the other people need to let go of your past.
But what do
Exactly.
you do to allow them to let go? That's the question.
I need to leave my living room.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
what I
I'm
need
gonna
to
leave
do.
this living room. So
You want me to go first?
You're gonna.
Okay.
I think
Let's
it's
do it.
best for a. He has a psychology degree.
That's
So
my good
let's
one.
get into it.
Okay. So,
What do you want to talk about?
well, I want
American
to.
Idol, or you want to talk about
I wanna
my father dying when I was young, or my mother dying less than a year ago, or the marriage crumbling, or the alcoholism, or when I kidnapped my son? Where would you like to start? Or do you want to just talk about Seacrest?
Well, definitely not
It's
Seacrest.
fucking boring. It gives a shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, here's what I suggest.
Okay.
We cover all of that if
Let's go
possible.
all of it.
Cover
Let's do
all of it, and then
chronologically.
sure, that's fine. Or not, that's all right. You seem like you're not a chronological guy. Is that right?
Scatological.
I think covering some different ground, being all over the place is good, but intermittently, maybe a few jabs at Seacrest.
I can do that.
Yeah. Let's just throw some in. We don't need to explain them.
Okay.
But it's established that we're gonna talk shit about Ryan Seacrest
Let's do it.
and not focus
You
on
know what
Ryan
everybody
Seacrest.
asked me? They asked me, the number one question I get about Ryan Seacrest is
Okay.
gay. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know for sure.
Why'd you do?
All I know is that
Why this too?
well, I just know that when I fucked him, he didn't seem to be that into it. And that's a true story.
Is it?
Doing a little of the act.
No, that's good.
Act.
That's good for the stage.
It is
I like that.
That's how I cope with pain.
No, that's and if you
Do gay
type
jokes.
yeah, of course.
We're both gay and you can't.
You see- you
we're
see-
both gay in the joke.
See that right there? Crying clown. That's it, man. You're in the right place.
Did a portrait of him.
That's you.
That's me and Mr.
We actually
Pumpkin.
asked, could you draw Brian Dunkleman?
I like that. Why is there more rouge on the right?
Okay, so Ryan Seacrest, the number one
Who
question.
gives a fuck?
The number one question on Google would be, is he gay? So of course they're going to ask you that. Let's leave that in the rearview mirror.
I
Who
think
cares
we-
about any of that?
In the rear view mirror, we just answered that.
Yes.
So there's no more mystery.
Yes. So he definitely is gay. And then you were in a relationship that overlapped with the marriage.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I talk about this, putting things out there into the universe. I got on Bumble. I was going through it took a long time to get divorced. Okay. So
I was waiting until we were going to get to Bumble.
My young friend's like, you got to get on Bumble. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. What is this shit? So he helps me put some pictures on. He's like, now you got to write a bio. I'm like, I got to write something? What do I have to? He's like, just be honest. So I wrote Brian, not a rapist. That's honest. And if I was a young woman going on dates with strangers, I would want to know,
Oh, of
is
course.
this guy going to rape me?
Yes.
I didn't get a lot of
Now
likes.
generally, I think when a woman's looking for someone who's not a rapist, it probably doesn't say.
Why
not a
bury the
rape-
lead?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to rape you.
Yeah. No, that's
So-
good.
So I did that, and then I thought, look, you're broke, you have a kid, you're going through a divorce from an active alcoholic, your life is chaos. I'm driving a car, the passenger side seat was only back. Like, I can't take somebody on a date. Like, I had shit propped up behind it, and so I just I deleted the app.
Okay.
But I don't know how things work. Just because you delete an app from your phone doesn't mean your account no longer exists.
Yep.
So this girl that I had met when I was about 22, because I would go home and visit. I left when I was, I don't know, it was around that age, early 20s. We hooked up one night. I walked her home from the bar. It was a torrential thunder and lightning storm. We had sex in a carport in a sleeping bag, and it was out of a movie. Thunder and lightning and wet, and it was fucking crazy. And then I literally don't really remember ever seeing her again. Like, I think I might hit on her the next night. I was drunk, whatever. I moved, but I went back to LA.
Okay.
She was on Bumble, living in San Diego, so she'd been swiping a
Is
lot.
this one of those situations where your 85-year-old therapist would go like,
fucking airport.
thunder and lightning?
This is how I swipe.
Okay, that's swiping.
So she was at a beach somewhere north of San Diego and swiped my picture.
Okay.
Holy shit. Contacted me on Facebook. So Bumble did work for me indirectly. Started dating. Dated for 3.5 years. Kind of broke up during the pandemic. And cut to, she's at my apartment right now.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
She's in your apartment today.
We broke up a few times and then she just kept,
So
contacting me. And I was like, it's not working. And then finally I was like, fuck it. I got to come and see you.
is she a little crazy?
I don't like people that aren't.
Okay.
To be honest with you. I've dated normal girls. They don't do it for me.
It's no fun.
No. She's a really great person, and I think we're just going to make it work. I have a kid. She has a kid. We spent a lot of time together. And I think now she finally understands the nature of my business. She had jealousy issues. You go out on the road, and she sees on Instagram some girl, like, it was so great meeting you last night.
Right.
Like, it's because I stand them. They come in the line.
It's your
and
whole
they wanna
job, basically.
Yeah, but it's hard for somebody who doesn't have any knowledge of.
Sure.
So, so far, so good.
Well, that's great.
It is great.
You found someone you're compatible with,
Mm-hmm.
who you think is the right amount of crazy.
Yep.
You're about to get back to doing stand-up.
Well, I have been doing stand-up. I went 3 years without doing stand-up.
Okay.
Because of the alcoholism. I kidnapped my son. I don't like the word kidnapped. I prefer abducted. This is the hard C at the end of the word. So I went back to Ellicottville, New York, where I'm from.
Okay.
I got emergency custody. It was 3 failed rehabs. Look, this wasn't like just something I decided to do. It was chaos. I had to protect my kid. He was 3 at the time. I did it actually about 2 weeks after the finale of American Idol on Fox. They asked me to come back and open the show with Seacrest. I'm like, that sounds like fun. I'll do that. And like literally in 15 million people. And then 2 weeks later, I'm kidnapping my son, moving to New York, got a job at the golf course so that I could get him into the daycare center to have some kind of normalcy.
Oh, wow.
And I worked as a cart boy at the golf course with the high school and college kids.
And this is
as a famous person in my hometown.
This is while American Idol's on TV.
It's always been on TV.
No, but
never gonna not
your
be on
season
TV.
was on TV while you were working at the golf course.
Where did I lose you?
No. That's
No.
Oh, what's the time frame then?
The finale. They had
Oh,
the
got
Fox
it, got it.
finale was
They wanted
4
you to come
years
back
ago.
for the finale.
Right.
Got it.
All those years.
Yes.
So
That makes
I
a lot more
hadn't
sense.
seen any of those people in 20 years.
Yes.
So. All right.
That's a hell of a story, man.
It's not even all of it.
And my job is to help you reignite the career to some degree. I see a lot of stuff working out for you. I think one-man show, Mike Tyson style one-man show.
Mm-hmm.
You're on stage, you're sweaty. There are a lot of people in the audience. You're talking about all this stuff. I mean, obviously you're a comfortable stand-up comic. You're comfortable telling jokes. I would dive even deeper.
Ooh,
Get serious on stage.
Make
yourself as vulnerable as humanly possible.
I've been doing some material on the whole divorcing an alcoholic and kidnapping your son vein of comedy gold.
Yes,
I've been mining.
that's great.
Yeah.
And then also I would lean into like the kind of Alex Jonesy territory, conspiracy theories, like just being
It's hot.
being brutal. Well, but also it seems
What
like
do you mean, actually getting into that genre?
yeah.
I do want to start.
I think that's your bent a little bit.
What do I do? I need to start a podcast. I had one called The Dunk Tank.
Okay.
While my life was complete chaos.
I don't think we need to
kidnapping
worry about
thing.
the name too much.
Well, no, what's the concept? Because I don't want to have guests. That's the problem. That's the hard part. That's where the work comes in.
Yeah,
I want to do it by myself.
Yes.
But what would be your advice?
Direct to camera. Think Alex Jones. You're behind a desk.
A lot of yelling and sweating.
You're bright red. You're sweating. I think leaning into like the news, leaning into your life. I mean, honestly, I've been theoretically I've been your therapist for the last 15 minutes. I've said very little.
No,
I think
you're a good therapist.
but I think you can handle talking directly to camera for an extended period of time without a guest. And you got a lot to say and you got a lot of stories.
Do you have to do it for an hour?
No.
I don't think so.
Do it for 30 minutes.
I like that.
Get comfortable. And here's the thing, knowing you as little as I do, but knowing you a little, I think you're going to be able to go now.
Think so?
I think you'll look down and it's been 3 hours.
Wow.
With you.
All right.
I have a feeling.
That's 3 podcasts.
There you go.
Chop it up.
Chop it up. We've pieced together the brain of a really like maybe fucked up guy.
Yeah.
Who's your fan. A guy who's like, oh, fucking quantum physics, and Ryan Seacrest is gay, and like the dunk tank, you know? The guy's sitting at home, he's fiending for your podcast, for what you have to say about everything.
There's a guy that I befriended on Twitter, liked his tweets, and he sent me a video. He sent me a video of his father like hitting him when he was a child, and like, and then he asked me. I started doing this bit because I was single at the time, and I'm like, my hair, I'm not dyeing it anymore because there's a lot of girls in this town with daddy issues.
Sure.
And you know, I was doing all this father figure fucking bullshit, and then I had this guy, and then he's like asking me, could you send me a video pretending that you're my father? I'm like, I can't do this. And I told him I can't do this. I'm not qualified to help. Like,
this is great.
You know
this is great for the dunk tank, man. This is
maybe
good.
I should. Should I contact that guy?
I don't know if you need to actually contact that guy, but talking about that into a microphone,
right? That's
a podcast.
It's pretty fucking fascinating.
That's fascinating stuff.
This is the kind of,
well, also
these are my fans.
You've spent a lot of your professional life, it sounds like, kind of being shackled a little bit.
Shackled,
right? Being told not to say certain things, getting bad advice from managers.
For the majority of this time, I've been shackled by my own brain.
Hey,
I was a
seriously
prisoner of my own mind.
That's the name of your podcast.
Shackled by my own brain. It's a little wordy.
It's a little long.
I'd say even longer.
Brain shackled.
Yeah, Shackleman. I don't know, whatever you want to do with it. But the point is, that's good content, and you are a guy who needs to be uncensored. I mean, you came in here and you said a bunch of stuff that people who are apprehensive.
Can we swear?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
A lot of people who are like trying to still work in Hollywood wouldn't say a lot of the stuff that you said.
No, I don't give a shit.
So go the opposite direction. Go as far from that as humanly possible.
Well, that's why I say I got canceled before it was a thing.
There you go.
It's double jeopardy. I watch Law and Order. You can't
you
can't do it twice.
You don't need a therapist. You need a microphone, and you need to be alone with that microphone. A studio set up. Talk about whatever's on your mind. This is all good stuff, and you probably have crazy stories.
It's time for us to switch.
Yeah, let's switch.
There's this big gap between 2003 and now. What have you been doing all this time?
Little column A, a little column B. I've been working.
But it's
I don't talk. Listen, I don't really talk to people.
Yeah, and you know why I think
podcasts.
you know why I think you like this? Because you're finally talking to people and you're finally like performing again.
You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. During this pandemic, I found myself making cashiers laugh, fucking around with people in line.
This is like the one time you're not supposed to during a pandemic.
But I realized it was because I had a mask on. No one knew who I was.
So you were
Nobody could recognize me because I always had my head down. I had my hat pulled down. I did not want to be recognized because 80% of the time it's shitty.
Because they just bring up your past. It's like they can't stop talking about it.
Some people it's innocent and they don't know any better, but other people they do it on purpose, little digs to make themselves feel better about their shitty life. And I got sick of it.
I think it's time that we let go of that. Like, it's time for you to conquer something new career-wise. It's like, we're in you live many lives as a human being.
Yes.
You're in a new part of your life. That Brian isn't even the same as it was now.
No.
So it's like, now is the perfect time to come like forward and talk about all the shit that happened on set. I don't know if you've ever talked about it, but I know people would love to know why you quit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the truth is prevailing now more than ever. And even though no one really knows what the truth is, people now is the time where people are receptive that their idols are fallen.
Exactly.
Their American idols have fallen. People are more susceptible to believe all the crazy shit. With all the cancel culture, you could actually work it in your favor. Talk about, like, what happened. Why did you quit? Why? I'm asking you.
Oh, why? I quit because, listen, I was not mentally and emotionally prepared to be able to handle something.
What were they doing though?
I'll just give you an example. When the first rounds of auditions, just Second City, hearing a line producer on the walkie-talkie, oh, we got this girl. She's completely out of her fucking mind. She actually thinks she can sing. We're going to crush her. I'm like,
Right.
That girl's 17. Why would you do that?
So they wanted to embarrass her on national television.
They wanted to intentionally humiliate people and put them in positions to humiliate themselves.
And that went against your ethics.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
But then they spun it into saying that you were fired to save their own ass.
Well, I don't think anybody spun anything. I think everybody wrote. Nobody in their right mind would have quit that show. Nobody believed me.
So
I had a
you were
manager
one of the
say,
few people that
nobody
quit
believes
because
you.
of your morals in LA.
Well, it was
That's
that.
insane.
Yeah, what the I don't belong here.
I don't think you belong here.
No.
Because most people will choose. They'll do things that they don't believe in just to get ahead and get more clout in this town.
Right, I hated myself. I hated myself for being a part of it.
See, why don't
I
you
hated
congratulate yourself every day?
I do.
Like, you should have really.
But that doesn't pay my bills, is the thing.
I think you're all right with being poor.
I'm actually fine with it.
You're fine.
I don't give a
What
shit.
would you even do if you had money?
You know what really bothered me for many, many, many years? It wasn't having the money, it's the shit that I could have done. I have a fantasy football league. I'm not kidding. I have a fantasy football league. I've been doing it since
You could have bought the Buffalo Bills.
Since 1990. We started this league in like my senior year of high school. I could have flown all 11 guys to Pebble Beach. We all could have played golf. I could, here's
So
the
you don't
thing.
even like to leave the house.
Yeah, but
If
if
it's
I
a
had
fantasy.
money and if I was, no, it's not a fantasy.
You would
It's
like
what
to do that?
It's literally what I would have had. I think in terms of what I could have had.
That's a terrible mindset.
It's not a fantasy. It's literally what I could. If Seacrest is worth $400 million, I could be worth 80 doing the same job.
Right.
Like he has 20 jobs. Great. Good for you.
But
I
who
don't
knows?
like working.
Like I said, you could be like eating the babies, having the adrenochrome. Like, who knows what you would have done with the money.
I don't think I would have eaten babies. Maybe just like as a treat. But, but being able to just,
Like, do
I
you
could have
really
bought
wanna...
I could have bought everybody in my family a car. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's always the goal.
That's-
Everyone thinks if I was rich, I'd buy my parents a car.
But that's the difference.
It's like that's the one thing people want to get big
I had
for.
it.
You had,
That,
yeah.
most
that
people
moment.
Here, most people that come out here do nothing. Do nothing. I had a friend
I see what you're saying. You got the biggest opportunity of a lifetime, and you quit.
of anybody's life.
Why did you quit? Was it
Because
really because of the morals? Because every show humiliates people.
I hated it. I don't believe that you should be fucking humiliating and making children cry. I mean, I guess
Were
I'm just
people
weird
crying?
that way. Every day. Every
But
day,
there,
and it did
in
not
every
stop.
industry, there's going to be a level of ruthlessness.
The Daisy
You
Farm industry, I think.
What?
I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of other industries that make children cry on national television for people's entertainment.
No, but there's other industries that do like meat packing, and people are mad about that.
I don't
like, there's
want to be in the meat packing
It's
industry.
just like what I'm trying to say is, unless you work for yourself, it's hard. There's always going to be like bad people at the top. So it's like, how do you?
Yeah, but you're not.
And you're
you're
deal
not
with
holding
it.
a microphone saying your name twice a week.
You were
in front
embarrassed,
of
yeah,
15
because you
million
kind of were
people.
the face of the humiliation. So like you felt responsible.
Well, it was nothing compared to the humiliation afterwards of being that guy.
Because that's why we
something
need to
that's
get you on a
difficult.
whole new path.
That's something that's difficult to live with. But I think through everything that I've been through, here's the deal. I live in gratitude and not resentment.
You're too good of a person. I think that's the main issue here. I think you're too good of a person.
How do we fix
Let's
that?
even think about your favorite thing ever, the Buffalo Bills.
Well, I have a son. It's
But
it's
it's
a tie.
such a bad-
It's a tie.
Anyone that's a Bills fan, it's like they're destined to be like in this loser mentality. Hey, no, we might win this year.
We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
But
I might.
All I'm
We're
saying,
going to win. We're
but
going
for
to beat the
you
Rams
put
in the Super Bowl.
yourself through 30,
My friend Kenny Way, you fucking told me you're taking me. You're taking me in LA, and I'm never gonna stop crying.
25 years of abuse you put yourself through. You're an emotional masochist. Being a
I
friend
am
of
an
a fan.
emotional masochist.
You are.
There's your fucking podcast
That's not
name.
bad.
You're an emotional like you purposely are putting yourself in situations that make you upset. Being a Bills fan takes the best people in the world are Bills fans, but it's like they're also like the home. I don't know. You quit. It's like you're doing things because your morals too much.
Let's go.
You might
deeper.
be farther along in life if you were like a 49ers fan.
Probably, but It's an interesting thing. Now let's talk about this theory that I've had. Maybe because when my father died, I felt like a victim, a huge victim.
You're a total victim.
Why? Why did the world do this to me? Why did this happen to me? So is this a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Yes, but it's time to break the chains.
Where I attained
self-sabotaging,
and then sabotaged it so that I would be a victim on a fucking national scale.
But we can't continue this cycle.
No,
we gotta start being positive starting right now. We have to realize that there's no more self-sabotage. You're here right now and you're ready to do this new chapter. I do think there's new issues that you might come across. I think you're gonna need to have someone help you, because you seem like a real artist. You're not Ryan Seacrest. You are a real, true, artist that speaks from the soul when you talk. You need someone that's going to help you. If you had someone like our producer there every week at the same time, I think you'll be more motivated to actually do the podcast. I think if you don't have anyone pushing you and keeping you accountable, you're not going to do it. You're going to carry on and do little things here and there, but you need someone that's like the opposite of you. That's going to be like, okay, we're recording at this time. And then you just be yourself.
What, do you have to give them money?
Yes.
No, I mean, maybe. Or it can be a collaboration where they get percentage of what. Right. You need to find someone that believes in you, that's going to create a deck, pitch your idea, find someone that's going to work with you. Possibly it could be a friend. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. Doesn't have to be something crazy. Someone with your morals, and you need to just clip the craziest stuff. But I feel like you can't do it alone.
Here's the thing. Maybe you can give me some advice on this. Because I looked at your Instagram when you contacted me to do this. Yeah. And I saw you do a little karaoke. I have started, and this has been legit therapy for me. It was around, my mother died in December of last year. And around that time, I thought, man, I miss going to private room karaoke. You ever been to that in Koreatown?
Of course.
I've been with a huge part, 30 people. I've been with one other person.
I was an accidental hostess once.
Well, there you go. And then I thought, my living room is a private room. Everything's on YouTube. And I started doing karaoke songs, getting drunk.
You know that I get drunk and sing at karaoke alone in my living room? That's my literal... do we have the same pastime? Am I Brian Dunkleman?
I call it Dunkioki. And I don't fucking understand why it's not the biggest thing in the country.
You feel like you're a rock star in your living room,
I am a goddamn rock
That's
star.
how I feel every time.
Yes.
And you actually, your voice improves.
Gradations of drunkenness and I want to have...
Are you a good singer?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say
it's almost like maybe you should audition for American Idol.
It almost is. So here's the thing.
He's a karaoke guy. His favorite pastime is getting drunk alone singing karaoke. That's my favorite pastime.
I got 40 tracks online.
I have a karaoke room. You have 40 tracks online?
I've laid down 40 tracks. And I can do voices, and some of them are... It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, we're trying to get People Magazine to do a story about this film that I have coming out. Why doesn't somebody do a story about the guy that used to host the biggest singing competition in the country who got COVID, and the way he got through COVID is he sang karaoke in his living room for 3 fucking weeks.
You should have been.
Because he didn't have any voice. So then I did Leonard Cohen. I did all these raspy voices.
Why did we had the same COVID experience? We're the most financially successful. We're singing Tom Waits in our living room.
I had 8 fucking views.
It's not about the views.
It's the algorithm. The algorithm
is designed to make you negative. To me, that's just as negative as the original reason.
People are seeing them.
People are waking up to it, and I think now is the time for you.
I thought you meant they're waking up to my videos, and that's just not like that would be great. Everybody should wake up to one of my fucking Dunkioki videos.
When I met you, because I run these karaoke group chats online, I thought he's perfect material for this. And then you commented on a video saying this looks fun. I was like, we are cut from the same cloth.
I watched a 20-minute video yours.
It was a lot of drama and stuff.
Great.
You're totally someone that would have vibed with the karaoke pandemic crew. But I don't think that's you got to figure out
my ticket right there.
What are you going to do next? Is karaoke a pastime? Are you going to do a podcast? Maybe really sit down and think about what you want to do. Don't do something because Ben and I
have an idea. I pitched it to an agent, or my agent bailed.
You're too stuck in the old school mindset. You can do everything you want by yourself now. We're producing the show by ourselves.
So how do you pitch
you're not going to go knock on a door in North Hollywood and have some little lady come and give you a career.
So how do you pitch your show idea without somebody I have a manager. I have not met him. But I really like him.
At least you have a manager.
I'm not kidding.
He probably sends you voice notes. It's probably a better relationship.
He lives in Palm Springs.
Maybe keep the manager. I just think you need to like finally release the American Idol thing. If someone says anything, just don't keep your head down. If the mask,
I don't do that anymore.
turn the fuck off.
I'm shoving the arrow through and pulling it out the other side.
Be like, it's been 20 years, man. Like you have nothing else on your mind.
Yeah, that show sucks.
Yeah, just be.
Seacrest
I think
is
you
gay.
should go
Go fuck
hard.
yourself.
You should go hard. Do you
Hard
realize
to
how
paint.
many views you would get if you were just fucking not okay? You don't want to come across as crazy
No.
because you could. If they're like, oh, this guy's crazy. He's like making Seacrest sound gay. You need to be your funny
I'm
self.
not making anything. Come on.
You need to. I think you should go like you should almost own your flaw. Your flaw is like that. You're this ex-host. Why don't you go hard into that brand?
You've labeled me the ex-host. I people call me the former host, but I'm the ex-host.
It's way more.
like
It's way more dramatic.
It is
It's
really.
so cool. The ex-host of
Fucking
American
ex-host.
Idol. Yeah, fuck American Idol. I think you need to be like that. Content is like what people like. People love seeing people angry, vulnerable. You're all those things, but like you're also funny and witty. So you need to.
Thank you.
They'll be like.
Thank you for noticing.
They'll be like, he's not. Oh, why did he quit? Oh, and then you need to do the conspiracies like Ben said.
Mm.
Ben's gonna come back now, and then we're gonna give you our final thoughts.
I was also thinking when I was over there, a little bit of Charlie Sheen energy.
Yeah, kind of.
A tiny
Little
bit.
tiger blood?
blood.
Fuck yeah.
A little bit. I mean, you've been through a lot. And you're coming out of it.
I've done a ton of coke.
There you go.
Yes.
I was wondering
Not
when
in a
you do
while.
karaoke.
Oh no, I don't do cocaine.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
fentanyl.
Just fentanyl.
Be
Just
careful these
marijuana.
days. Yeah.
They can't put fentanyl in weed, right?
No, you're
No,
good with
I
weed.
think you're okay.
God, Jesus made it. We're good. We're good. I like just vodka and weed.
Yeah, that works.
I
You're
don't-
fine.
It sounds like you're doing a lot of
drugs.
spiritual growth. I think you seem fine in a relationship right now. That's not your biggest. It sounds like you're working through a lot. It sounds like you're on the path. You're enlightened right now.
I'm on the cusp.
You're not a victim of the situations.
You know, it's been such an interesting life that I've led. And you can see a trailer for that life story at briandunkleman.com. There's a 3-minute trailer. I don't give a fuck if it sells. I'd like the money, but I'll put that shit on YouTube. Watch it. This is what happened to me. This is going to show how brilliantly talented I am. Because I sliced it open, I ripped it out. That's what I did. That's what I fucking did. So it's going to be
There's a lot in this episode.
just a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to edit this? You're fucked.
Hire some people or incentivize some people to help you head in that direction. That's what I would suggest.
And
You
the
need-
universe can't help you until you decide what you want. So you
Yeah.
need to really think about the idea. It
Here's
can't
my
give you
idea.
something if you don't ask it.
Here's my idea to promote this film that will happen. It will it is happening. The rough cut's done. I was thinking about doing a maybe 2-part podcast where I tell the story. If this interests you, go to Amazon and pay the $9.99 and see me perform this story. Like that's how I want to kickstart my podcast by telling, well, this is what happened to me.
I think that's a good idea.
I think
And we don't
it's
need
an
to go
interest-
all the way back to American. I don't need to go back to just like
people probably want you to go start from the beginning.
true. Maybe it'll be a 3-part.
Yeah, that's
And
good
then-
content.
Like I
You
said,
need
we are
that.
not tech support. We are not your artist management.
We're honestly-
therapists.
And also we're not therapists.
Right? We're actually none of this. Listen, I am not a fake
We're
IT
fake.
person.
We're fake, just
I'm a
like
fake
everyone else in
nerd.
LA.
Yeah, the set isn't even. You couldn't even live here. This is all painted.
It's
You guys are so much better than that wincy old fuck that right now. You didn't wince once.
No, I fake winced once. Literally once.
I know. I saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah. There you go.
So-
That's not bad.
let's do your plugs. Where can people find you at the moment? Let's
Well-
plug your Instagram handle.
I'm at the Brian Dunkleman because that girl needed my name. I'm Twitter Brian Dunkleman, and you can go to briandunkleman.com and see a 3-minute trailer for this ridiculous life that I've had. So, and it'll be coming somewhere. It's coming.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you guys very
Thanks
much.
for coming in. You were awesome.
I feel really good.
Us too.
That's always a good.
I feel great.
Great.